one of the things I learned eventually when I left Argentina was that silver is quite heavy. So if you acquire a lot of silver and you find yourself running with the silver, I mean, and yeah, sure, it's a nice thing to have. Oh, I have so much silver that it's weighted, it's heavy, but silver is heavy. Silver, just a few bucks of silver can be quite heavy. So one of the things I've learned over the years is, if it gets to that point, you want to, maybe focus a little bit more on gold, which is a lot more compact and, more condensed wealth. That can be, I mean, by the time I left Argentina, they had dogs sniffing in airports for dollars. They had dogs actually not trained for bombs or drugs, but sniffing people for money, and I was sweating like a pig thinking I have the cash here, I have metal here. And, if I had more of that in gold, it would have been lighter. But yes, when the economy started going, the economy fully collapsed. People, again, the difference is in Argentina, they don't have the same culture of precious metals like in US. In the United States, there's a lot of people that understand what junk silver is. I mean, it's not everyone. And there's a famous video of a few years back of a guy offering people like a gold coin or a sneaker bar, and people don't even understand the value of gold. They want a sneaker, the candy bar, because they don't get it. They don't understand.
I think I remember viewing that he was either a silver bar or a candy
bar.
A
silver, yeah, okay, yes. A silver coin. Yeah.
And people took the candy. So and that was in the US, where supposedly the knowledge about precious metals should be even better because they enjoyed so much wealth from the last couple
and it's also a cultural thing. I mean, people are very aware, well, not everyone, as you're just saying, and but there's still this idea of the pre-65 coins were silver, up until not that long ago that those were silver coins. So there's some of that still, and sure, maybe a little bit of the older generation, but those people exist. In Argentina, there's no junk silver. It's that simply does not exist. But in spite of that, people did sell jewelry gold. That was very typical. That the wedding bands, like the wedding band that you have, a lot of people would end up selling that for just a bit of money just to get by. People became quite dead. There was bartering going on, which is not as effective or as cool as some survivalists and preppers would like it to be. It's not nearly as effective and practical. Finding someone willing to trade for exactly what you have to offer. But yeah, the business of precious metals went up, the selling of gold and buying and selling of gold went up like 500%. Wow. An increase of 500% during the first year after the collapse. But again, there wasn't all that much to go around, but people did sell jewelry, and one of the differences is that in Latin cultures, especially because of the Spanish and Italian influence, there's a lot of this going on of, for your first communion, for your baptism, you always get some kind of gold. I think it's the same in Eastern Europe, like a little bit of gold for some of these religious events or, first communion or first birthday. So you have some sort of jewelry that it's in the past, it was intended as something of value, if you ever have to trade it. So that did happen quite a bit. I also, my wife, she has a little what used to be a necklace. And the story goes in her family that after World War II, they would just remove little links of the chain and sell it, in the town for whatever it is that they needed. And by the time they made it to Argentina, that long necklace became like a bracelet. And she still has a bracelet. That's a very cool story.
What a story. Wow.
So all those little lost links were used to actually buy stuff when it was needed.